You could almost say that I was actually born on the fourth tee, because our house was just over a little fence to the right of the fourth tee. And I grew up walking across there and chipping from the fourth tee to the third green and starting to play around the fourth, fifth, sixth holes. And that's where I got my introduction to the game of golf. The fourth is an amazing golf hole. It in the old days was a par four. It's now been made longer. It's a par five. For a lot of golfers, they've got to lay up short of the water for two and then have a long third shot in the green. So it's a very, very difficult par five hole now for the club golfer. For the good player, it's actually not a very difficult hole because the water really doesn't come into play for them, except the water to the right of the green, perhaps. But it's an interesting hole. And a memory that I always have at the fourth hole, when Jack Nicklaus played against Gary Player, John Ferree looked after one of them, and Rod Mullen, who was a Springbok golfer at the time, looked after the other. And Rod Mullen was looking after Jack Nicklaus. And they got to that hole, and Jack said, "What do we have here, Rod?" And Rod Mullen said, 6-iron. Jack turned to him and he said, "Rod, I never asked you what club. I play the shots. I want the yardage. You just tell me the yardage, I'll choose the club, and I'll play the shots." And after that, Rod Mullen hardly said a word to Jack. He was so terrified. But the fourth hole at Zwartkop is really a very pretty hole and also an interesting hole.